supplies for her bed and breakfast.
We don't have big stores, so we do count on the service that Amazon formerly gave us flawlessly, but it certainly isn't flawless.
That is the red media. If you go to Apple right now, go to Apple Music. Let's load up the top 10 songs. I guarantee you they're promoting black serial killing.
Absolutely.
Not just one. They're promoting black. The red media is making money off of blacks being serial killers to each other. Also misogynistic. The red media is making money off of that. And God sees it. But I understand, and I'm not judging because the oppressed becomes the oppressor. And it is our time now. Blacks are coming into money. We are not scared anymore. And I showed you that I crossed that line. They tried to bankrupt me. They tried to say I was crazy, and I'm alive. We haven't had a full black community since the gentrification of Harlem and Black Wall Street, which was torn down. But I know my brothers, my engineers, my architects, my farmers are gonna rise up. And if it meant they had to take me and drag me like Emmett Till in front of everyone because I whistled.
So here's well, maybe like an hour heads up that that the rapture might be happening today. I know a lot of people still don't believe that that's a thing that can happen, or that it's even translated properly, but I mean, all of my experience and the things I've seen lead me to believe that it is a very real thing that's going to happen. And the whole reason for getting the whole world's population to believe in UFOs is to cover up the disappearances when it happens. And I think it's going to happen today because, well, there's a channel on YouTube called The Watchman of the Dragon, and he's been deciphering movies for a long time now. And November 3rd, 2023 is the day that Jesus comes for his bride. At least in hundreds of movies coded in Hollywood, that's what it says. And not only that, but the Beatles are releasing their final song today at 9 a.m. Which is in an hour from now, my time. Now, this reality is becoming very much like a movie. Almost like a bad movie that you can predict the next scenes right before you see them, right? Now, this totally makes sense to me that this could happen now, right? Like you understand the music's not music, right? Like you're trained to know it as sound that is pleasurable, and you nod your head to it, and you know it's like entertainment. But the real reality of it is it's witchcraft. They're making spells and these spells limit the person who's listening to it, right? It puts them in certain situations. It gets them to drop their guard when necessary. It changes the future for the listeners, right? Well, like if you play music backwards, especially the Beatles, okay, there are hidden satanic messages in it. And them dropping a song today out of nowhere, right? Like 3 hours ahead of time, I get a notification, and I don't even like the Beatles, that they're releasing a final song. Like, it's just, these things line up, and I see them all the time. Like the two babies I just saw in the sky, right? Not a lot of people watch my cloud videos, but I just recorded proof 2 days ago that I saw two babies in the sky. One was by itself on its back, and the other one was in the arms of its mother. Now, that reminds me very much of the parable from Jesus when he's talking about the rapture, when two people are going to be plowing a field, and one will be left behind and the other one will be taken. You know, like this is totally the time that happens, I think, when I try to use my abilities to look further into this. At the same moment, like you can tell by the news stories that the world's getting worse by the day. It's getting unsafe for everyone, and you know, it's it could totally be happening right now. Like this like I was saying, this is the same day, right, that this happens. It's the same day that the Antichrist becomes the Antichrist. Okay? The Antichrist is not a current world leader. It's a normal fucking dude. Okay? Like, probably the person on earth right now who has the most faith over everyone else living right now. And he becomes the Antichrist because he's not taken in the rapture. Right? Of all of his faith, of everything that he's gone out of his way to help with God's plans that he thought was put forward for him, he's not taken. Everyone else he knows is taken. He's left completely alone to deal with the world as is, right? For the ones who are left, which are, for lack of a better word, the Lilin. Okay? Right? Like, why do you think Israel is now making tons, they literally said tons, of fake meat per day? Okay, I've seen videos of this, and yes, it's true, it's alive. Right? When you kill something, you kill it, all of its cells die because there's nothing going on. But when you're stacking up a bunch of living stem cells, right, into a block, those cells are alive, right? They're going to be, and they're not using cow cells, okay? There's not going to be any cows left. That's the whole point of this technology, okay? It's not for now, it's for after Jesus comes back. Right? Because there's not going to be any animals left, right? So what are the people going to eat? Well, they're going to eat other people, but they got to be tricked into doing it, right? To me, this is very real, very, very real. This could totally happen today. You know, like, if you're watching this, whoever you are, and you don't fully believe in Jesus the Christ, I think you should. I don't know if it's too late or not, but I mean, nothing is more important to everyone than where you're going after you leave this place, right? Like, the concept of death is very much wrong. Your suit, your flesh suit dies, but you do not. There is no such thing as death.